Aylesbury was completely different. Aylesbury was, Aylesbury is the end of the road in the Young Offenders Institution prison estate in England. It's the worst and most notorious young offenders institution with young men between 18 and 21 who've either committed the worst crimes in society, or who are either the most disruptive young prisoners in the young offenders prison estate, and they've been sent there because they've become a control problem. Having said that, at Aylesbury, it's the prison officers who run the regime, and they run the regime through brutality and fear. So when you come out of your cell for lunch or dinner, they stand there in a pack, like 6 of them, 7 of them, 8 of them, and they stand there with earpieces and chewing gum, and they just bark at you. They don't engage you in kind of any decent civilized conversation. They just bark orders at you. Keep on moving, away from other cell doors, tuck your shirt in, don't look at me, 2 bits of bread per man. And if you've got anything to say to them, or if you look at them the wrong way, they wait for you to get your dinner and go back into your cell. They lock everyone up, and then they'll all come to your cell, all of them, yeah? And they'll open your door, and they just take their radio off, and the one that you upset or looked at the wrong way, he'll just walk in your cell and he'll say, "What's your problem, son?" And they're all on the landing, like 10 of them, 8 of them. And that's how they operate. And if you got nothing to say, or you start trapping off to them, they just fold you up. Wow. They just fold you up. And that's how they were running the regime there when I was there. And it was not prisoners fighting other prisoners all the time. It was prison officers just going in on young lads. And I would go as far as to say that those prison officers were sadistic men who got their kicks from coming into that establishment and knocking 10 bells out of teenagers.
And for the non-English folk, fold you up, that means like use physical force on the prisoners, correct?
Yeah, so what that means is being bent up or folded up. The correct terminology is what the prison officers call control and restraint, or CNR. So CNR, or control and restraint, is something that the prison officers learn in training, but that should only be used if a prisoner is being violent or being threatening to an officer. So what control and restraint basically means, in a nutshell, is that they put you onto the floor, they put your arms behind your back, they put your side of your face on the floor, and they bring up your legs, and they just put you in that kind of stress position. Here's the thing: if it's done correctly, it doesn't hurt. But they make you feel like they're going to break your wrists, and sometimes they do, and they have broke their wrists. They stick their thumbs in your throat or in your eyes. That's very uncomfortable. They strip you naked, and sometimes they can be laughing as well and mocking you, which heightens the experience, because it makes you feel helpless, vulnerable, humiliated, degraded. And when the main thing about it, Addy, is that when the people responsible for your well-being are attacking you in this manner, it's very impacting, that realization that the people who are supposed to help me here are actually harming me.